Welcome to SacTown Underground. I'm your host, Tiffany G. And do we have a fabulous show for all of you today? We have L for Lupus coming up. We have the Fame Art Mixer that's going on at the Crocker Art Museum. We have a fabulous sports piece for you. We will also be talking with Juanita, L for Lupus. We also have our UpCycle Pop Spark Echo Holiday Show, along with our band, Austin Mo Xperience. Don't go anywhere, SacTown Underground. We'll be right back. To keep you current with the events here in Sacramento, let's go ahead and take a look at our monthly calendar powered by Sacramento365. That was a fabulous calendar for the month of December. And now we are going to take a look at the white party that was hosted by L for Lupus.
Well, good evening, SacTown Underground. I am here at the White Party of 2018 put on by DMR Productions. Who got in contact with you about that, Love, and coordinating together?
So I've been working with Juanita. She has been working with Sac Fashion Week for a couple of years now. She actually suffers from lupus, so I figured it's my birthday, might as well make it an event where we can raise money for lupus. It's a community event, so I try to involve as many contacts as I have that have worked with me with Sac Fashion Week. We have Tandoori Bites. They sponsored the authentic Indian cuisine. Above and Beyond Cakes, they're in Elk Grove. They provided the desserts. Of course, Lupus Foundation also works with JQ events. So she helps put on events herself. So she helped me with the staging. And of course, Eden Garden, it's a beautiful venue. I've always wanted to do a show here. It's just that it's not in Sacramento, so it's hard to do a Sac Fashion Week event. Yeah. But I figured this would be the best way to use this venue because it is a beautiful venue.
So for Sac Fashion Week, I've actually spoken to this before, and doing these types of events in promotion of next year, which is in February, which is going to be your basically grand, the biggest show of the year for Sac Fashion Week, or what is it?
So I do these small events to help promote Sac Fashion Week. It's kind of build up towards Sac Fashion Week. So this helps keep the brand alive, and also I try to incorporate all the designers that I've featured in Sac Fashion Week and other smaller events. So this is kind of like one of those events that lead up to Sac Fashion Week in February.
Do you have anything else upcoming before the end of the year?
I don't have anything planned right now because the next big thing I have is the model casting in January. Okay. Yeah, but things always change, and I might end up doing a smaller event. Just nothing as big as this, because it takes up a lot of time to put on something this big.
It is, and it's beautiful too. We have a lot of footage of that. So in regards to January for the casting model call, when will that be? Do you have a specific date?
It's either the first or second week in January. I'm still trying to confirm some details on that before we...
Are you looking for anything specific?
Well, it's going to be at the mall for sure.
Okay.
Just trying to confirm a date.
Well, here you have it, this hardworking man doing his thing and also helping with a charitable cause. So come out, support these types of events, guys. Not only is it good for the humanitarian part of you, but also to help promote events like this in terms of fashion, in terms of entertainment, so we can have a bigger platform of that out here in Sacramento. Thank you very much, Dwayne, for your time. Really appreciate it, and this beautiful event. Back to you, SacTown Underground.
That was a fabulous fundraiser for L for Lupus. And now we're going to take a look at another incredible event, which is our Fame Art Mixer at the Crocker Art Museum, where everybody gets to dress up like their favorite celebrity. Let's see who's out there.
SacTown Underground, my name is Celestial, and tonight I am at the Artmix themed Fame here at the Crocker Art Museum. I'm standing beside Miss Stephanie Longoria, who is the coordinator of this amazing event tonight. And Fame basically is themed because you can come out and dress as your favorite celebrity. Every time I come out here, I have so much fun. Tell me the process of this time. How's it been?
Oh, it's been great. I mean, this one was in relation to a show, so it was kind of a theme already made for me.
Yeah.
Because Dwayne Michaels, he's a famous photographer, and he does kind of a lot of photographs of celebrities. So there's Meryl Streep and Johnny Cash and Eartha Kitt and Sting and Andy Warhol. But so the exhibit upstairs has all these celebrities in it. So I decided to make tonight about Fame.
We were talking before we got in this interview about the Crocker Art Museum. You guys are a nonprofit organization, and basically you guys tonight help fund a lot of all of the artists that were performing here tonight.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that process.
Well, as the Crocker, we have artists on our walls, and we're all about art, but there's other types of art. There's performing artists, there's we sometimes have artists that do live art for us, and as a whole, this institution is also about funding the art of the community.
And tonight you said one of your performers decided to donate to charity.
Yeah, the drag queens are part of the I'm going to forget this name, Sacramento's International Royal Court. And that organization of drag queens, every year they nominate one new empress and emperor, but they nominate other princes and princesses. And whoever the empress is of that year gets to pick a couple charities of her choice. So this year, the empress is Janae Undunt. And she's amazing, and she chose the California Sickle Cell Anemia Foundation and the Mustard Seed School that is part of Loaves and Fishes.
For those of you guys who don't know what Artmix is, it happens every second Thursday of every month. So definitely come out, support, and see amazing artists, see amazing work and support helping to fund local artists who get to share their passion with you in the most extraordinary way. And I am here at the Artmix at the Crocker Art Museum, standing in the beauty that is Dwayne Michaels' work. And it is quiet, eerie, it has an echo, but you can see all his beautiful artwork, and it's basically celebrity pieces just caught right there. We just witnessed a wonderful performance by the Lorelei Bain Projects, and I have standing here with me Miss Melissa Cervantes. She is the lead dancer, and she did an amazing job. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, my name's Melissa. I've worked with Lorelei for maybe a decade or more now. She was my teacher in college and my mentor now, and I work with her now at Sac State. We were asked again to come back because the theme this year, or this Thursday, is Artmix Celebrity, and so they thought it fit, and we came together. We were supposed to take on like a celebrity figure in ourselves, or we were supposed to pretend we were famous ourselves, so it was kind of nice to have this alter ego on stage, which usually in contemporary dance it's not always tied to pop culture. Mm-hmm. So it's a little twist in Lorelei's work.
Hopefully we'll see you guys at other events soon. Anything coming up for you guys?
Yeah, we have performances throughout Northern California. Lorelei's the chair of the Sac State Department, so she's a little busy, but she tries to do projects when she's offered them.
This dress was designed with Hollywood glamour in mind. It had beautiful pink pleats that dissolved into rose gold pleats. Roy never makes anything twice. All of his designs are once in a lifetime designs, intricately put together, handcrafted by him with his idea of art in mind. Enjoy any of his fashions. Again, you can find him on Instagram and Facebook.
That was a fabulous Fame Art Mixer, seeing so many of our favorite celebrities here in Sacramento. Now we're going to go over to our very own Keith Jouganatos with a fabulous sports story for you. Keith, take it away.
It is a bird, it is a plane, it is a car, it is a train. It is something peculiar, it is something unfamiliar. It is what looks to be a new era of proud. For 10 plus years, the Sacramento Kings have been pure trash. They've been garbage, bad draft picks, bad coaching. We've done this video before. You know how it goes. 10 years later, finally, it seems that the wheels are on track. The car is starting to move down the freeway, and the Sacramento Kings are relevant again. Don't look now. The Kings have 10 wins going into December. They are flying high with a whole bunch of momentum, with a coach and a team that is all on the same page, with a nucleus, with a chemistry that resembles you and your homegirls at the VIP table at Vanguard when someone else tries to come in and step on your territory. The Sacramento Kings are legit. They can look to be what looks to be a team on the rise. They're young. They're athletic. They play and they have an identity. What is that identity? It's fast. It's fun. It's energy. It's the fast break. It's up-tempo. It's jazz flute basketball. It is everything that resembles something new, something fresh, and something ripe for a city that has not seen a contender since I was in the 6th grade, as Steve Large once said. The Kings play fast. They're going faster than Al Cowlings down the freeway trying to get OJ out of Los Angeles in the Bronco. They play fast. They play up-tempo basketball. They run other teams off the floor. And this, my friends, is why I am saying the Sacramento Kings are going to make the playoffs. It's not a maybe. It's not an if. The Sacramento Kings are going to the playoffs. If you have money right now, please save it. Don't spend it on something like bills, laundry, car payments. No, that stuff can wait. Focus on playoff tickets because the Kings are going. Why are they going? Why are you doing this, Keith? Why am I getting all this hate on social media? Let me finish. De'Aaron Fox has made the leap from his rookie year to the second season. He looks like an all-star point guard and resembles everything that a mature leader should have that runs a team. Buddy Hield, who everybody wrote off and said that he was a horrible piece and a horrible asset in the Marcus Cousins trade, is shooting threes. Buddy Hield has turned into Buddy Buckets, and he is killing everything and anything. Don't look now, but every place on the floor, Buddy is draining threes. He's knocking them down, and he's not looking back. Bogdan Bogdanovic has not missed a beat since he came back from that minor knee injury, and he is already still the most mechanically sound player on the floor for the Sacramento Kings. I roasted Willie Cauley-Stein earlier this year by saying that he did not deserve any money when he talked about getting paid in the offseason. But I must digress. My good friend Willie Cauley-Stein is playing the way we all envisioned him to be, a rim protector, a shot blocker. He catches alley-oops from De'Aaron Fox, and he is lethal off the pick and roll, I might add. Then there's the conundrum of Marvin Bagley, who, while his dad is annoying as hell, no one likes him and can't stand the pops, the kid is fresh. He's the defensive rim protector the Kings have needed for centuries. He's athletic. He can get up and down the floor. His post game is still a little unadvanced, but at the same time, how can you not like what you haven't seen from Marvin Bagley? The kid is pure gold. He's going to be a bona fide superstar if everything pans out. And that's the key. If everything pans out. We haven't even talked about Iman Shumpert. We haven't even talked about the fact that we still haven't seen the tip of the scale from players such as Justin Jackson, don't remind me, and other guys. But what makes this team clear, what makes this team to be a clear fire playoff team, is that everyone is on the same page. In years before, the Kings weren't on the same page. Dysfunction in the locker room, dysfunction in the front office, still dysfunction in the front office. We'll get to that in a minute. But still, the man who controls everything is Coach Dave Yeager. He is the perfect coach for this young team. He makes them hustle. He makes them give their all on every single play. And that is why the Kings are all on board with Dave Yeager. Except for Brandon Williams, who sources say close to Sam Amick and others that he has pushed for Dave Yeager to be fired, which is the most moronic thing anyone could ask for. Brandon Williams forgets he is the assistant GM. He is not head GM. That title belongs to Vlade Divac. And until Vlade Divac is fired, which in the near future most likely won't happen, Brandon Williams needs to slow his roll. Listen, man, you're assistant GM. Listen, if you're the manager at Walmart, you can fire anybody. No one gives a damn. However, when you're the assistant GM at Walmart and you're the guy trying to impress all the coworker ladies, and by saying I'm the assistant GM, it doesn't work that way, homie. You got to slow your roll. Lower the tempo, bring it back. You almost got fired. But that's not the point. The point is that everyone likes Dave Yeager. Why would you not want Dave Yeager to be your coach? He's got this team playing the best they have since Michael Malone got fired and Boogie Cousins got the viral meningitis. And I still don't know what viral meningitis is 5 years later. The point is this. For as much flack as I took after I said the Kings are going to the playoffs on CBS 13, now everyone's on the bandwagon, and you should be. Listen, in Sacramento, California, we are the last of the Mohicans, the last city to get an NBA team. It's not like Boston, and it's not like LA, and it's not like major market teams. We don't have money to spend. Listen, I don't care how much money you flaunt at Vanguard. You're broke just like the rest of us. We don't have money to spend on basketball. So when we do, we expect the team that gives them their all. That is why people love the Sacramento Kings in this town. We love the Kings more than Bobby and Whitney loved the snow candy. We love the Kings more than Ariana Grande and Pete Davidson apparently loved each other in that breakup. We love the Kings more than apple pie on Thanksgiving. Well, at least I do, and I love me some apple pie on Thanksgiving. Which is why for the last 10 years, it has been horrible to be a Kings fan. It's been treacherous, it's been inhumane, it's been downright asinine to claim yourself as a Kings fan. But now we can. Now we can go to the arena and cheer. Now we can go and ring our cowbells. And that's in part to Dave Yeager. And that's in part to De'Aaron Fox and this young team who has looked to prove all the pundits wrong. Do you know how fun it is to go on ESPN now and see Kings highlights, whereas back in the day, we were the league's punching bag? Now we're like Michael B. Jordan in Creed 1 and 2. We're giving out the punches. We're giving beatdowns every night at the Golden One Center. We're having people ring the cowbell. The Sacramento Kings, in a matter of months, have commanded respect. They haven't asked for it. They haven't begged for it. They are commanding it. And they're doing it by getting up and down the floor, blocking shots, dunking the basketball, by giving it out to Buddy Hield and Bogdan Bogdanovic from downtown. It is fun to be a Kings fan again. It is fun to say you are from Sacramento and that you are a Sacramento Kings fan again. And we can thank these Kings. Why are they going to the playoffs? Because no one expects them to. That's why. When you deal with years of unexpectations, when you deal with years of people talking trash about you, it lights a fire under you. And that is why the Kings are going to the playoffs, because no one expects them to, and no one is keeping tabs on them. And we like it that way in Sacramento. We're underdogs. Sacramento people are underdogs from the word go. No one cares about us. They think we're some little shop in between LA and Frisco, and they forget that the capital is in Sacramento, California, 916, baby. We might not have Disneyland. We might not have the Golden Gate Bridge, but heck, we got that Chick-fil-A on Arden Way. We got that In-N-Out on Arden Way. Got the Arden Mall. And we got that Cream that just opened up, and we got the Sacramento Kings now. Everyone who talked bad about the Sacramento Kings, get ready. Your time is coming, and it's coming one game at a time. And that's the sports section. Hope you have a great Christmas. Hope you have a great holidays. If I don't see you before then, I'm Keith Jouganatos.
Hi, my name is Caitlin Ellis with SacTown Underground. It's Sam here with Gabrielle Cello, and she's going to take us on a tour in a little bit. We are at
Pastosa by Lucia.
Welcome back, and now Gabrielle's going to take us on a tour, and she's going to tell us a little bit about the restaurant.
Thank you, Caitlin. Here at Pastosa by Lucia, we make our own pasta and sauces. My mom is the one who wanted this. It's her baby. She's wanted this since she moved here from Italy 25 years ago. She makes the recipes and my dad makes the pasta, so they're like a little team. We have imported desserts from Italy here, and we have homemade tiramisu, which we're launching finally as well, and we have Nutella cannoli. So those are also a new item. Okay, so this here is Skip Rogers, also my dad, who makes the pasta here.
And here we're making fusilli, which you can make either long or short. This is a pasta making equipment that we imported from Italy. We have about 20 different molds or dies. So by changing the die, it's a brass die, you can make any variety of, we have rigatoni, we have penne, we have spaghetti, we have linguine, we have fettuccine. Just by changing the die.
And now we can show them a sauce for this pasta. So my mom is going to be showing you guys how to make a simple sauce. So if you ever buy our raviolis uncooked, which you guys can do, you can make a simple sauce at home that'll take less than 5 minutes.
Okay. We're going to do the garlic and oil Alfredo, which is a simple garlic and olive oil, extra virgin, and little parsley. And obviously a lot of garlic. So as soon as that gets a little bit golden brown.
But you don't want it to get too golden because then it gets bitter, right, Mom?
Yes, not too brown the garlic, otherwise it gets bitter. Amaro. See.
Now you're gonna add a little wine.
Now,
right?
As soon as it gets gold, we go with the wine.
All right. Oh yeah, get those flames cooking.
Not too much wine.
So what does wine do to the sauce, Mom?
Make a little sweeter.
And it's called fire cooking, right?
And deglaze the garlic, so give it a chance to the whatever you saute. Sofrito, whatever sofrito you do, and give it the chance to cook, the wine. So that. And what kind of pasta? We want to do with this?
I don't know. We'll have to think about it.
So then we do the cream. So that way we use less cream as we do this.
You use less cream because the olive oil acts as a sauce, so it's not as heavy as just a cream sauce.
Just a little cream. And voila.
And with that, I had a fabulous time interviewing Juanita with L for Lupus. Let's take a look at our interview today. Welcome, SacTown Underground. I'm your host, Tiffany G, and today I have a special guest that I am out in the field with. I have Miss Juanita with L for Lupus.
Hi.
Juanita, thank you for joining us today, and thank you for allowing us out here to visit with you. Tell me a little bit about L for Lupus.
Well, L for Lupus was founded about 2.5 years ago. Roughly, I was diagnosed with lupus on January 21st, 2010, and my children were very young. And when they were trying to find resources and information to educate themselves on, lupus,
Sure.
they were very limited. So as they became older and graduated college, they decided to start a foundation to be able to help children like themselves. And the foundation has grown with different programs where we help pay for bills, groceries, buy almost every kind of household goods, chairs to bathe. I can't express enough how much we help people with funerals and advocate for medication and procedures. And
All of this came out of you having a diagnosis?
yes,
What took you to the doctor in the first place, and how long were you having symptoms?
it was Father's Day on June 21st, 2010. At 1 o'clock in the morning that evening, I went to sleep, and then I couldn't move. I felt that if I turned my head, I felt like I would be decapitated. I just
Wow.
felt this immense pain. And then when I tried to raise my hands, I couldn't.
Wow.
And I just yelled for my husband to come and help me. And he took me to the emergency room. And I told the nurse, I said, if you send me home, I'm going to die. And she said, honey, she said, let me see what we can do. She said, have you gone to the bathroom yet? And I said, no. She goes, can you give us a urine sample? I said, yes. And my husband carried me into the bathroom, and I gave him the specimen, and it came out burgundy.
Wow.
And he pulled the emergency cord. She came in and she said, well, that's not good. Ran out of there. And all of a sudden, a team of people started coming. And before you knew it, I was in this room, and everything was different.
So
The whole system shifted.
you went from having nothing wrong with you and it all being in your head or for medication to now you've got a team of people and you're being shuffled quickly somewhere. How can they get a hold of your organization for help?
lforlupus.com is our website, and you can reach somebody who will answer. Sometimes we have volunteers, sometimes we have families, and we have our committee who picks up the phone.
If you're out there and you don't have help, if you don't have a support system, and even if you do, don't suffer in silence because there's help. This is Juanita with L for Lupus. I'm your host, Tiffany G, and we'll be heading back to the studio. Now we're going to take a look at UpCycle Pop, Sparks Eco Holiday Market.
And happy holidays from SacTown Underground. My name is Celestial. I am standing beside Miss Shira Lane, the lovely creator of UpCycle Pop. Tell me a little bit about UpCycle Pop, Miss Shira. It's so lovely here.
Oh, thank you. So UpCycle Pop is an interactive market for upcycled and repurposed items. We call it an eco holiday market. We're here where artists kind of take and repurpose things, support our local community, but let's also take a stance from our throwaway economy. You know, we're constantly buying cheap things and then throwing them away, and we live on a linear planet, like on a finite planet, and right now we're working on a linear system. We need to work on kind of changing that linear system because we don't have enough space in our landfills, and we're doing terrible things to our ocean right now.
So now with UpCycle Pop, do you want it to be like an annual thing, or do you want it to be something that is recurring in our lovely Sacramento?
So it has been, this is our fourth event that we're doing, our second holiday event, and we want to continue doing it. Right now we've been asked to take this and to take it to other places, so we're exploring different opportunities, like if we're going to take it to other events that are happening in Sacramento and possibly outside of Sacramento. We're also talking with the city of creating like a permanent market in Old Sacramento, so this might be a permanent thing. So
it sounds like it's very sustainable, and the idea, I mean, people, and especially in our surrounding area, they're becoming a lot more conscious in regards to how can we help our planet, and it's something that is vital and needs to be put out there, and you're doing it in such a fashionable way. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Hi, Ed Fletcher. I'm a Sacramento journalist and filmmaker, and I'm the president of Sacramento Valley Spark, which is a Burning Man related nonprofit that's involved with this event, UpCycle Pop Spark.
And what is the relationship there?
Well, I met Shira, who runs UpCycle Pop, and I really loved what she was already doing. She brings art and artists together in an eco-friendly manner, and a lot of that overlaps with Burning Man. So she actually camped with my Burning Man camp this year, and then we talked about doing an event together. So it's essentially this eco-friendly urban market that they've done before, combined with some burner elements, and we're running this panel discussion, which will talk about art cars and art opportunities and ecology, and really trying to bring some of the ideas of Burning Man into the urban environment and sort of sharing it in sort of a broader community outside of the desert.
A special thanks to DMR Productions, Mr. Dwayne Ram, who has provided me a stylist named Miss MG Simple Styles. Her name's Miss Michelle, but you can find her on Instagram at MG Simple Styles, and she has fashioned this trench dress, which is multi-purposeful. You guys can go to work in it and definitely go out to have a cocktail afterwards as well. So definitely check out her styles.
Always a great time with UpCycle Pop Spark Eco, and now we're going to our very own Keith and Mr. Austin Mo of the Austin Mo Xperience. And to close out the month of December, we will have a fabulous performance by Austin Mo Xperience. Happy holidays from SacTown Underground.
Our next guest is one of the profound members of a blues and rock mainstay band. They've been in the Sacramento-Roseville area, making music now for over 4+ years. It is Austin Mo of the Austin Mo Xperience. Great to have you today.
Thanks for having me.
Good to have you. So as far as the band goes, obviously it's a family situation. You and your parents are very integral parts of this band and see everything how it goes. Why is that such a big deal? And why is it such a positive to have family involved in a band? Because it is a tight-knit group.
Oh, well, I would say first and foremost, the major plus of having my parents, more or less manage me, so to speak, is if we get a deal, like a contract or whatever, they'll be in for my best interests. Whereas if a major corporation sees us as, we can make a quick buck, they'll just try and use us up and toss us to the side. So I've witnessed this multiple times. My mom and my dad have definitely looked out for me in some pretty not so great deals that I was given.
That's good to make sure they have your best interest at heart, to make sure you're not being used, and that's always a plus, to make sure people you can trust are around you. Describe when you first found your love for music. Obviously, everyone remembers when they have their first love of something that helps them and just really catches their eye. For you, what was that moment like when you first, started making music, started learning about how to play instruments, things of that nature? What was that moment?
Well, the first moment that my parents noticed was when I was about 2 or 3 years old. My dad would turn on AC/DC, specifically Bon Scott's era of TNT, and I would start singing along with the lyrics. And my mom would always tap my dad like, "Look what you're doing to our kid. He's singing along to this music. He shouldn't be listening to this." My dad was like, "Relax about it." So that was their first click that I was really into music. But for me personally, when I was about 10 to 12 area, I got really too good at Guitar Hero, which is that plastic video game. And so I could play the song and go into the kitchen and like make a snack while I'm still not looking at the TV playing it. And my dad saw that and he was like, well, you know, he's getting a little too good, but you can't really go anywhere with it. So he called his buddy and he let my dad's friend let him borrow a guitar to give to me to learn on it. And I've been playing music ever since. So probably around, I'd say when I was 12 years old, I got bit.
You got bit by the bug and you never looked back.
No.
For you, what is that feeling like when you're playing the guitar? Because a lot of people, I guess you could say, think about learning how to play the guitar and never really do. They think it's like too strenuous, and you know, for years and years you have to practice this, develop it. For you, what has that experience been like? Because now I'm assuming you can pick up a guitar now and just play whatever song you've learned over the years, and it comes naturally. What has that experience been like, just learning the craft, studying, taking notes from people you've idolized maybe, or people such as your parents? What has that experience been like for you as you've gotten older?
Well, it's honestly been not as difficult as some say, because I did have a very supporting family. Usually when I talked to my friends in school, I'd be like, hey, why don't you try and learn guitar? And they were like, oh, my dad always told me that if I picked up a guitar, I'd grow my hair out and get into some bad situations. And I was like, well, I can't exactly, be your spokesman as far as the hair goes, but my parents kept me in line. And it's been a great thing. Music has been treating me well. And my bandmates are incredible.
Yeah, you guys recently have put out some stuff through the airways as far as music goes and sound goes. Talk about that for a minute, plug that for a minute if you will. Talk about this music that you guys have been starting to record, that you've already recorded. Just give a little people some info on what's to come and what you've already done.
All right, well, we're working on a record. We have about half of it done as we're talking, and it's kind of a trip because the first half of it came pretty well, and as far as the music and influences go, but now that we're focusing on the later half of it, I've started to realize sonically that the more that I listen to a particular group, like let's say for instance Bad Company, the more that I think about it, the more that the style of the music kind of goes. So it's a very interesting process, I'd say.
Interesting process indeed. Well, it's going to be interesting to see where you guys go from here. Final question, go ahead actually and just plug whatever you guys want. Where can we find the Austin Mo Xperience? What can we find out more about the Austin Mo Xperience from?
Well, you can find us on our website. It's austinmoexperience.com. That's AustinmoXperience.com. We spell experience a little different. And our next shows are actually this weekend. We're performing at a benefit for the campfire victims out in Butte County on November 30th at the Wrangler Bar from 9:30 to 1:30. And then on Saturday, December 1st, we actually just have our normal show that we normally perform. And that's, we're going to be performing at the Relic Tavern in Benicia for our first time, and that's from 9 to 1.
All right.
So that's going to be a good time.
Going to be a good time indeed. Going to be good to see you guys moving up and working on some new songs, some new tracks. Awesome Mo, the Awesome Mo Xperience. You can find them at theawesomemoexperience.com, and they'll be sure to be on your radio waves soon enough. Thank you so much for joining me, Austin.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem.
gonna be your backup man.